Hey, how's it going? Just gonna talk about sun gazing for a little bit. Um, yeah, if you haven't started doing it, then you should try it out. I know that you've been told your whole life not to stare at the sun and not to do that because it'll cause black spots in your eyes, it'll blind you, it will harm you. None of this is true. It's hard at first. It's very hard. Your eyes, you've been accustomed to staying indoors and in shadows and shading and don't look at the sun and don't, your eyes have to adjust to bright light, and you've been told all this stuff your whole life. Well, this stuff is kind of true. The more your eyes adjust to the bright light, the more you can be used to the bright light, and the easier it becomes to sun gaze or be in bright rooms or without squinting, things like that. I find myself to be a more positive person through sun gazing, not because some connection that me and the sun have, but because I have my head held up. I can look up without doing this, and I'm always looking down. Or you come out of your house and you're like, ugh. I come out of my house and I'm like, hey, how's it going? There you are. And I don't have to squint. Like, I might have to at first if I've been inside all day or something like that. But now I can look at the sun without any problems. Unless it's like the very first time of the day I just went outside. But, yeah, so the best times to sun gaze are in the mornings and the evenings, obviously, when the sun's about 30 more miles from you. I know a lot of people believe it's thousands of miles from you, or, the ball Earth, where it's 93 million miles away, which is ridiculous. But anyway, I believe the Earth is flat and stationary, and the sun is close and local to your perspective. And I believe when it's rising is when it's furthest from you, maybe a couple hundred miles, maybe at the most. But generally, I believe it's real close to you if it's in perspective. So when the sun gets to about 9 o'clock, it's about the best time to sun gaze. And then evenings after 4, I would say. The longest I've ever sun gazed was about an hour. Me and a friend were down by the river, and we did some psychedelics and stared at the sun for a straight hour. Did not look away, not one time, waiting for our fun to kick in. And after it was all done, it went down, and everything had this red filter. Like, it reminded me of the song, the Chevelle, The Red Filters Through. But it was a really beautiful experience. Everything had more color to it. It was more violet and velvet, and had this extra color to it. And when you first start sun gazing, you'll be like, oh, I'm seeing spots. And first you'll see, like, the normal yellow spots and things like that. But once you get past that, a month or two, or maybe even sooner than that, they'll go away. They'll go away very quickly. Like, I still get, like, purple spots now. Like, if I go inside, it'll take me a second to be able to see again. I'll be, like, blinking a lot. About 30 seconds. At first, when I first started doing it, it lasted longer. So there was an adjustment period. It's hard at first, if you do it at noon, it'll make your nose itch and sneeze and stuff like that. So what I like to do is go out, stare at it a couple times, look down, stare at it a couple times, look down. And then what'll happen when you sun gaze is everything will go white. And then your eyes will start watering. And then you'll slowly see glimpses of the circle, the perfect circle. It's a perfect circle. You can tell it's not, I don't think it's spherical either. But it clears. The clouds and the whiteness will clear. And then you'll see this perfect circle. And once your eyes stop, like, kind of absorbing the pressure, you'll have a little bit of water. And if you can't handle it at first, what you do, cover one eye. I know I don't want to do the all-seeing eye thing, But cover one eye, but leave it open, and you'll be able to look at it easier. Like, it'll become much easier. Another technique that I've noticed that makes it easier is doing it through tree leaves, because the tree leaves don't absorb all the light, and you can still see the perfect circle. And don't do Illuminati hand gestures. And you can still see the perfect circle, and it's a good way to warm up that way. But I suggest just doing it in the mornings and evenings. It'll be hard at first, but I can almost do it at noon now. I'm not sure, but I've heard a lot of things like it gives you vitamin D. It's healthy for you. It cures your appetite. It's good for your skin. All this is true, but I believe there's something special to them. Like, we're connected to them. They're connected to us. They move with you. They're centered to you. There's something special to them. Like, they should wish upon a star, thank the moon, and talk to the sun. No, I don't know if any of this stuff is true, but there's something more special to our world than we're being told. And you should definitely go sun gaze and see what it's like. It's not harmful. I'm trying to remember if there's any other sun gazing things I should remember. But yeah, it's a beautiful experience once you start doing it. Oh yeah, so once the clouds clear, you'll see the perfect circle. And then you'll notice that the sun is white. It's white, completely white. If you Google search that, what color is the sun, it'll tell you it's white. And it'll be emitting the entire UV spectrum, like the entire UV spectrum. It'll be like pulsing it almost. You'll see it pulsing at you. And it'll just be emitting it real heavily. And it's a beautiful thing. And but it takes about 20 seconds. Like, it'll go, white, then the whiteness will clear from the perfect circle, and it'll be just like an eye in the sky, and then you'll see the perfect circle, and then you keep staring at it, then you'll see the rainbow pulsing from it. So, but anyway, I hope you guys go find some time to sun gaze. Don't be scared. It's not going to hurt you. It'll make your day more enjoyable. It'll make it easier to be outside. Anyway, love, peace, and hugs. Have a good day.